Thank you, Duchess Beasley. All right, 8:33 is your time. Unease about the housing market left many homeowners unwilling to spend money on home improvements, but now may be the best time to tackle some of those projects around the house. Real estate expert John Adams is here to tell us more about the projects that pay off and some that don't. Not all home improvement projects are created equally, are they?
No, they certainly are not. And when we think about home improvement projects, Buck, we're talking about what kind of return are you going to get on the dollar that you invest? And there's a wide variety. So
let's talk about some of the worst first.
Okay.
What do you say? And the number one on your list is the home office remodel. Sounds like a good idea.
It does. And you think, well, I'm not going to have an office to pay for. I can have an office at home. I'm talking about a high-end remodel here that would actually have floor-to-ceiling hardwood built-ins, beautiful. That's just not going to sell. I mean, it may be wonderful for you, but the reality is people aren't interested in that, and it just isn't going to sell. You won't get your money back.
And the sunroom sounds like a great idea at the time as well. Think all the time we can spend out there, especially this time of year.
Absolutely. Sunroom makes a lot of sense, but the reality is an appraiser is not going to give you much additional value for that square footage. Even if it's heated and cooled, if it's not under the roof or above the foundation, it doesn't count.
Okay, and finishing out the basement level, this seems like a really economical way to add some livable space to your home, but it doesn't necessarily pay off.
Finishing out the basement is one of those things that everybody thinks, I'm going to do this, and it's going to really, it won't cost much, save me a lot of money, and I'll double the amount of space I have in the home. The problem is that if any portion of that level is below grade, then the entire floor is considered below grade. And even if it's heated and cooled, finished to the same level as the upper part of the house, it's not considered the same. And it doesn't add to your heated and cooled square footage. I'm not saying it's not a good idea,
right,
and you may enjoy it, but you're probably not going to get your money back.
We do have some good news, though. Some that do pay off, right? And let's move forward to some that do pay off. And I think one of these is, you know, I've heard, hey, it's the new family room. It's a room we spend a lot of time in, and that's updating the kitchen. Updating
the kitchen. That's number one, because more and more people are spending time in that kitchen. Everybody wants to see the granite or the hard surface. They want high-end refrigerators and this stuff. This is sexy. It is in terms of real estate sales right now, and that's updating the kitchen. And it doesn't have to be a $50,000 project. Maybe you're just doing the cabinet fronts. Maybe you're just doing the countertops. But throwing some money in there is going to come back to you maybe twofold.
How about bathrooms? Would you describe those as sexy as well?
No, but it's certainly an important part of selling a house. Think in terms of, rather than trashing that bathroom, think about a new tub and new toilets in the house. Interestingly, it costs more to remove the old ones than it does to buy new ones. So it is a little labor intensive there, but that money is well spent.
And fresh paint, it's probably the cheapest, easiest thing to do to make everything look nice.
Fresh paint everywhere. Our brains associate fresh paint with clean and with a well-kept home. And you're right, it's relatively inexpensive, and it's something you can do yourself. So I think it makes a lot of sense.
All right, good advice as always. Sounds like I got some work to do. Gravere?
All right.